starting. We'll get
Let's
things
go.
going. All right. So, last session was the meeting of somebody who's going to be getting you out of the gate town of Cursed, the gate town to the plain of Carceri. You've met a resident of the town, one Valder Propane, totally real last name, who is an ex-Mercy Killer who used to work in the city of Sigil for the Mercy Killer faction, but fled the city and his wife and son when he did not fulfill his duty as a Mercy Killer to hunt down and execute a judged guilty individual in the city. That led to the death of a couple other Mercy Killers as well. So he fled to the town of Cursed, hide from his past, and only recently did his son Felic Propane make his way to Cursed after having been killed in an accident in Sigil, and returning as a petitioner, which is basically a soul who is halfway between, or who has not found its true resting place. So after reconnecting and healing old wounds, Baldur is now looking to have a group of adventurers, such as yourself, help extract Felic from the town of Curse. He knows a way to get out. So he tells you that within the city of Curse, or within the town's junkyard, there is an exit that is hidden behind a large sculpture of a dragon skull, and urges you to accept this, and which you all do. And he asks you to go scout out the dump before the evening, when it's the best time to try to get out of there under the night sky at broad daylight. Visiting the junkyard, you find Otyugh, who is a copper dragon artist who is making sculptures in the junkyard, along with the Dolores, who is the proprietor and owner of the junkyard itself. You get sent on a quick little mission to go and deal with some vandals who have been painting and graffitiing all of Otyugh's, or is it Tudhog? Junkhog? I forget what the fucking guy's name is.
Roadhog.
But you get asked to do a little deed for the dragon. Ends up that your two newfound companions. Oh, I forgot about that. You found Bad, El Gatito Maldito, or whatever, getting thrown out of the town's one pub, and then you found Iteat, the other reincarnation of 887, in an alleyway fighting some cats or some rats. I forget what it was, but it is Tudhog. Tudhog the junk worm. So an encounter happens between you and some teenage ruffians who are graffitiing and vandalizing one of the sculptures, which leads to some words being thrown at each other, a D's nuts being hurled at you all, and then a hand axe being hurled at the D's nuts person, which led to an immediate decapitation / cranium splitting of that individual. In the following conflict, the rest of the folks did get their asses kicked and knocked out, but not before some rust monsters emerged from the junk heaps around you, attacking the party and going after the tastiest bits, which was Iteat. Getting nibbled on and brushed by their rusting appendages, their rusting antennae, Iteat lost some of his maximum HP to some nasty little attacks. Having fully dealt with the vandals, have completed the task, bloody as it may be, but that's where we find the party, having dealt with the vandals, recovering from the aftermath of the rust monsters. and still needing to kind of find that that hidden entrance to the underground escape route of out of Cursed. So.
Which we know it's supposed to be in or around a dragon skull.
Right. So he does tell you. Yes, he tells you that it is. He says that it's behind this behind this dragon, like a description of. Yeah, it's a big ass like metal dragon sculpture.
Sculpture, got it.
Made out of Val told you that it is it's probably one of Otyugh's biggest sculptures that he has made in the dump. So maybe Otyugh knows more about it.
That'd be a good idea.
And that's where you pick up, folks. In the bloody aftermath, the last of the rowdy teenagers pulls away his two knocked out brethren, while the head split corpse of the other one remains at your right now. I'm assuming Lunellus gets out of stock as lava lamps herself out of stock, returns back to the ground.
Yeah, probably.
Now you just live there now.
This is my home.
As the blood, no pun intended or whatever, stops pumping in everybody's veins after the adrenaline of the fight, and the bug corpses start to disintegrate video game style and just melt into the floor of the dump. So get rid of the rag dolls. The group recoups. What are you guys doing?
Stock, how much temp HP did you have left?
Some.
I need to know the number.
Yeah, hold on. I actually need to be. Roll20 didn't actually fully load.
Fun.
Jasper. There it is.
There we go.
The blood or whatever just reminded me of the Zack voice line of "Fighting's in my blood."
8 temporary hit
or
points.
Goo.
Or my goo.
8.
8. Ocho.
So that's gone, and I get 8 health back.
Slurp.
That's pretty racist.
So every time that Lunellus does that fusion, so you're passing, just so I understand how it works. You pass a certain amount of your HP as temp HP for the character that you are infused into, and then you get whatever is left of that temp HP back after you exit.
Correct.
Okay. So
And if I'm inside and if all of the temp HP is gone, I'm kicked out.
okay, got it. So it is interesting. So it is like a wild shape that is tied to a temp thing.
It's a very neat.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well,
I'm also stealing it.
what's the group doing now after the dust settles?
I'm probably just eyeballing the spray can I have stuck to my knife that I scared off the guy. after stabbing it.
You stabbed the
using-
spray can.
Yep, I'm gonna use that as evidence to take back to Junk Hog or whoever, Ted Nugent. I forget his name already.
Good hog.
Ted
I'm
Hog.
gonna-
There you go.
Lean over the guy bad killed and bless the dead.
Oh,
Hashtag blessed.
can't be undead.
I'm all for the good cop, bad cop thing, but that was maybe a little bit too bad. Bad.
He's gonna it's a grunt from me. And clean the axe and holding the knife and just kind of standing there.
We should
Around
do
board.
our best to not draw too much attention to ourselves. That's how you get yourselves killed.
Staring blankly at you.
It seems to be what you want, though. Well, more power to you.
I'll nod my head back in the direction we came from and start walking towards the junk worm.
Okay.
I
Bye.
don't like him very much.
Do we know There, him.
What's that?
Blank stare.
We know nothing.
We know.
It's not true. We know they are bad cat, but also
if you
don't
know-
call them a cat.
One thing you would have noticed is it's the same scarf and locket you saw Eli wearing, just battered
Ah.
and tarnished around his shoulders, or around his neck rather.
Makes sense. So I've got to ask because I've got, vague memories of what happened before. It was the last incarnation of me, as much of a little shit as he seemed.
No.
I'll take your word for it.
I liked it more than bad.
A fair point. He just seemed so uncouth.
I mean, have you seen the others of me?
That's a fair point. I apologize profusely for presuming to have it bad. I just kind of glance in the direction of bad.
Oh, I'm totally not. I'm ahead of you guys, just not listening to whatever's going on.
Absolutely know that you're gone, but it was definitely a pun that I had to make.
Ooh.
Remember, we don't go. It's not too far back, right? It was like up here somewhere, or is this a different map?
No, it's the same map.
goes
If you want to
through
head
here.
there, his little
So I
area
just
is right
walk.
there.
Yep. And again, pretty much just like ignoring everyone else and just assuming they're gonna follow me. I'll turn the corner if the dragon's still there, and just kind of toss the knife to the ground, point down with the can in it, and hold my hand out.
Yeah, he turns his large draconic head around, and you can see he has a makeshift pair of what looks to be kind of like welding goggles over his eyes. As you see, he was using his breath to weld what looks to be the start of another sculpture in his area. Oh, it seems that you have slain a spray paint can. Is this? I'm assuming this is not just that you found evidence of the vandals, but that you are returning victorious of driving them out of the junkyard.
Yeah, arms crossed, just give a single nod.
The rest of the party is also there with you now as well.
They probably will not be coming back. For fear of their lives.
Oh,
Not bad.
well, I've in the meantime, I crafted up a couple your sculptures that you've been that I was promised to you. I had utmost confidence that you would be able to complete this small task for me, and I appreciate the work. An artist must not get his hands dirty in this vulgar stuff. So, here, and he turns and moves his wing to the side and reveals 4 sculptures that are made out of gears, junk, rusted bits of metal, old broken pieces of swords and spears and some parts of shields and armor that all look like abstract kind of, junk art of the 4 of you, each one. They're about like a foot tall, basically like action figure size, like large action figure size.
Is this like
Power
the
Ranger Megazord sized?
Yeah.
is like the local artist style kind of
Oh yeah,
rough
yeah.
weld with
Like
everything?
it's good. It's well made stuff, but you have all
Mhm.
seen this art at your downtown Main Street Sunday craft fair.
Gotcha. Perfect.
It's
Yep.
that Tudhog is that he's like you have the perfect image of like his personality. He's that older white dude with the utilivest
Old
on,
match.
with the utilivest on, the large kind of canvas hat on, and sitting behind his display case, where he has an elaborate cane as well, probably like some like well like made cane that is either metallic or like carved out of some wood, and he has on display his pieces of art of some shape or form, which are usually some goofy childlike sculptures of various metallic parts welded together rudimentarily.
Do I get the vibe that he spent much of his 20s in a coffee shop in Seattle?
Oh yeah. Actually, he also probably served in Vietnam at some point in time.
Okay. I'm getting like two different paths here.
Yeah.
Hey, it was the
Tie
Soul
different
Wars,
era.
okay, or whatever.
Yeah.
Blood for the
No.
blood god.
In
Because
Avernus,
I was definitely imagining the like guy in his 20s moved to Seattle, became an artist, had some moderate success for like 10 years, and then ended up nobody wanted his art anymore, moved back into his parents' house, and has been living there for 10 years and is now 50.
See the guy at the crafts fair or the guy at the street fairs that I know of that I've seen before is had a like grew up in the American dream life and is the oh that's perfect actually. That's so good.
The journey put that guy pretty quickly.
Yeah, and he's the guy who did serve in Vietnam, like, you know, was drafted to Vietnam, like has the fucking Fortunate Son song like playing in the background as he unwillingly went over there and then came back, and like his coping retirement or whatever you want to call it has been making kind of silly childlike art. That's all he likes to do. That's his thing.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, I think of a very different image when I think of like older artist. I definitely think the
really. So you don't think of the like a lot of times it is just the like it's the old dude who's retired who just was like, you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll take a welding class at the local like adult school, and they're just like, all right, so now you know how to TIG weld, and they're like sick, and they just fucking go and like just make these there, like abomination sculptures.
Well, anyways, as he's presenting these, I'm gonna walk forward, step on the can, pull the knife out, resheath it, and just kind of rudely grab the one that looks vaguely like me, and give him just the slightest tip of the hat, and then turn around and go to the back of the group here and just hold it and stand. And it's very off-putting. I'm just standing there without really any
like holding indication. It by its leg upside down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very not intentionally like rude, but just off-putting.
Slightly dragging it on the ground.
Yeah. I'm just looking at you three and just waiting.
I will pick mine up, and I will look it over, and I will inspect its quality.
Looks great.
Hell yeah. I will, like, put it in my pack and just, like, I actually don't think I have a pack now that I think
So his stuff, I would say his work is really good. I'm gonna, like, show what I would equate his stuff to.
Okay, yeah.
That's exactly what I had in mind. Yes.
That's
yes,
what I saw, too. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Really well done, but rough.
Like junkyard.
Yeah.
Like sculpting, yeah.
It's got cool vision to it, but it's definitely... Like, yeah, I don't know. It's an aesthetic. Otyugh looks to you all as you all receive your action figures. You can all put them in your inventory if you want. They're basically, you know, self sculptures weighing about like probably like 10 pounds each, I would assume. Made out of copper and other metals. Otyugh says, I thank you again for the work that you have done. Is there anything else you would want of me while you are within my, my artistic studio here in this dump? I lovingly call it a dump.
I don't think that I need anything more of you. I'm not sure about my companions.
I'm pointing at my head.
You want a hat?
The not cat friend wants a hat.
Shaking my head to that. I point at the dragon. Point at the dragon's head. Point to my head. Point to the dragon's head.
Goggles. You want goggles.
I exasperatedly shake my head and just sit down in the dirt.
I think he
Do
wants.
you want one belly rub?
What? Sorry, I said it at once.
Go ahead, Neon.
It's just he wants to wear the dragon's head.
When you say the dragon's head, I just look up to you and nod.
I don't think that he's going to give you his head.
Shake my head again. Get up. I'm gonna start wandering in a circle over here.
Why don't you tap the thing you want?
I look back over my shoulder. I gesture as kind of across the junkyard in front of us.
No,
point at the
no.
dragon.
Tap it. Walk up and tap it.
I walk
Come on,
up.
Mr. Kitty.
I walk up to the dragon and poke its head.
You want the dragon's actual head.
Closed eyes, exasperation, pulls the sculpture out, points at the dragon's head.
You want a sculpture of the dragon's head.
I point at you, nod.
Dragon looks.
Steve,
Tudhog
was that
looks
so
to
hard
you
to use
all.
your words?
Tudhog looks to
I
you,
s-
looks to
Glare at Stock.
Yeah, looks to you all, looks at what Stock was saying. I'm a little bit confused. Is the angry cat is not happy with his statue? I'm sorry. You said something about a dragon head sculpture.
I turn back to him and just nod.
I
quick
think
nod.
our friend here wants something to remember you by. That will be more of your visage.
I could make another sculpture. There's one already made. One of my masterpieces.
I grab his claw, whatever's close to me, like as if like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe. Not like forceful handshake, but like yes, like grab you, pull, and like try to pull him out closer to me, and just like nod my head at that.
He wants the dragon picks you up and gives you a hug.
Tail poofs. You get a low growl.
Oh, he's angry. Puts it down.
Oh, why do I feel like this is Stolas now? That felt like a very Stolas interaction.
Tudhog speaks up. Well, I could make another sculpture, smaller in scale though. As I alluded to, I did already make one. It's elsewhere in the junkyard.
I basically backhand him, like not to cause damage, but like slap like that, like when he says that, and point him not at that.
The dragon, my dragon head sculpture.
Nod
yes,
again.
What's a little version of it, I think.
No, shakes his head. No,
He wants the literal sculpture head.
shake my head. Yes, or nod. Yes.
Oh, wants to take that one.
Shake my head. No.
Wants that same size one?
You all literally were not listening at the beginning of the session.
I guess not. I'll just say, because we need to find the one that he's already made. Asking him to show us where that one is. Because that's where the tunnel we need to find is located.
Trying to think, that was post. Okay, that would have been a Tayet that heard that. So,
Yes, we were told that by
Yeah.
Told that by Val.
yeah.
Valpropane.
So I'm trying to decide if this is just it not clicking for a Tayet that he's not hung up on the exact reward. I'm trying to figure out the. This is new character, so. Yeah, no, I think Ateid is just straight up not understanding that that's what's trying to be asked here.
Brunellis is just not being helpful.
Well, Tudhog gives a nod and starts kind of steps over Bad and starts walking off to the, I would say probably the southwest or the northeastern side of the junkyard.
Yeah, I'll immediately just follow, not even looking at the other three to see if they're following or not.
A little bit of ways away. It was one of my earlier pieces. It's a little bit rudimentary and kind of self-expression, that type of thing. And he stops at the edge of what looks to be a hill that leads a little bit further down. And you can now see that this part of the dump descends down, and as you look, it gets lower, and you can see that the ground dips below like the level of the wall. So it makes sense as to why this could be the possible location of an exit.
Gotcha. It's like a little hollow point.
Yeah, but within the as it dips lower, as would be with any sort of kind of place like this, you also notice, all of you see, there are more pools of this kind of visceral or viscous liquid ooze substance that is pooling around the lower portions of this depression. And at the northeast corner of it, you do see what looks to be a massive 2-story tall dragon skull.
Okay. Similar style then, that kind of rough junkyard art.
Yes, very much. Made out of rusted metal, looks like it was rudimentarily welded together. This one looks even more, it looks very old, like it rusted even further than it did like when it was made. All the pieces, all the weld marks and stuff are now rusted over. There's holes in some of the bits and pieces of it. But you do see that there is a you can't really see into it right now, but you can see that the interior of the skull is hollow, like through the open eye sockets and the gaping mouth.
Makes sense. As we arrive, then I'll just turn to the dragon, give it again the slightest of hat tips, and then turn towards the skull, just walk towards it, and give him the Emmett Sulk wave.
He yells back, or he yells to you as you march away down the hill. I would be careful of those pools. There are some denizens of the junkyard that call them home, and they are not too keen of people swimming in their muck.
I stop mid-stride for a minute, just kind of shrug shoulders and keep walking. I will make a point, though, to not step too close to any of the pools.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know if everyone else is following me or watching me, but I'll just walk towards probably the mouth of it to look inside.
What's your passive perception? You're bad?
Ooh, it is 11.
Okay. So, let me actually...
Oh.
This will go great.
No, I mean, it's a map that is portion.
Where the... Okay.
Young.
That's cool. They did a really good job with the lighting on this. So
so there's a big pool then.
I believe, yeah, you can see there's a big pool, but I also believe, yeah, this is interesting. So like, Mr. Bad, you can see these junk piles. I think try move your character on top of like this pile.
Oh yeah, you go up top, you can't see around it. Is that because that goes
Darkness.
down? Does that go down into a hollow?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a hill, it actually goes down. Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, if you go around it, you can see down.
Yeah, that's
into
right, 'cause
it.
I can see.
Yeah, so they actually have this interesting like lighting that it's so you can see, like, but the lighting on like that. But it's basically you can see vision goes.
Oh, in but not out. Yeah.
Which actually
Interesting.
makes me think that it is supposed to be. I actually don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I would think it would be that you can see out but not in. 'cause
If it
it's
was a pile.
But the
that's the
thing
same
is
thing.
it's a little weird because if it's like a divot, then you'd be able to see over it.
Well, point being, there's the giant dragon skull over there.
Yeah. I'll acknowledge the weird spatial anomalies of these things, and then just keep walking straight toward through this little gap to get, right maybe about here at the base of the lake thingy, and looking in the mouth if I can.
Yeah. You can see in the mouth, basically it's black mouth, and the skull being about like 2 stories tall. The mouth is at base level, but it is in the water or in the muck, and the eyes of the skull are big enough to. The eyes of the skull are big enough to squeeze through, like fairly easily, and actually the mouth itself is underneath the viscous liquid.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be one-minded purpose here. I'm gonna jump across to grab the side of it.
Okay,
If
give
I
me an
can,
acrobatics
like
check.
there.
Or athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Definitely athletics on this one for me.
And then I want Otyugh to
14.
give me a perception check.
Yep.
Yep. Bad. You easily leap onto the nose of the skull. Otyugh, you take a look around. Everything seems fine.
The
Alright.
coast is clear.
I'll continue scrambling up, and I'm gonna walk as best I can up
Body
to
of
the.
water here.
Well, it's certainly not water. It's something. I'm walk to the eye, kind of crawl up to it and look in, look down.
Okay.
There's
You
some
look
things.
into the skull, and you can see with your. I do believe you do have dark vision, right? Yeah.
I'm actually looking at Yes, I do. Okay, I was like, certainly the tabaxi has dark vision, right?
You can see there is a narrow passageway that is strewn with debris of piled up. Basically, it's like it looks like it's a passageway that has been dug through what looks to be piles of junk, like compacted piles of junk. Rusted pipes and pieces of metal are sticking out of the side of it, and it looks like it's a tough. It would be a tough squeeze, but yes, there is a way to get through.
All right. After noting that, I'll stand back up. I'm gonna pull my hat off with one hand and kind of wave it around to get everyone else's attention, and point down at the eye, and then just stand there.
I will hop across.
I'll make room.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will look down into the eye.
You see the same thing. So, do Warforged have? No, I don't.
No. Specifically Null does, because he's a Gloomstalker.
Okay, so yeah, you do. Your night vision lenses slide over your. Slide over your thing.
Null does.
Oh, Null does. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was saying because that's come up a few times and Null did.
Okay.
right, because it's the class from the class, not the.
Okay. Here
Yep.
you do not see.
Yep.
There's darkness
Looks
in there. But
looks dark in there.
you do feel the slightest of drafts, like stale air on your face.
I'm gonna pick up like a piece of, I don't know, something small, piece of junk, and then cast light on it.
Okay. Also, I need to monitor.
Nah,
No worries.
I will be right back. Please pause.
Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to pee then.
Yeah, sounds good.
Also, for those who are still here. LinkedIn's gotten so. I mean, I've never really used it actively, but it's gotten so much worse since. I don't know about
I can't
5,
even
6
tell you
years
since
ago. I used
when,
it.
but
Yeah.
it's rough. I'm just like, I don't.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say it was since my friend stopped working there. That's what I'm gonna tell myself.
Yeah, that checks out.
All right.
Everything
we are
all good
back.
on your end? All right.
Routes has been put away. We're ready to go. Okay, so I actually did want to ask, Bad and Otyugh, as you're staring into the skull, what's the purpose? What's the goal right now?
I don't know.
Probably,
I think we're just.
Oh, go ahead.
I think we're just making sure that there's actually a path there before we hop in there in the dark.
Yeah, I would say being nonverbal makes it difficult sometimes because there's no nonverbal cues to give you guys. So I'm gonna have to describe it better. But the intent here was to, as discussed by Val Propane, we just need to make sure we know where it is so we can come back at night, kind of scout the area. So having located an entrance to this thing, Bad is satisfied that we know what we're doing and is willing to come back later. But just want to make sure everyone else can take a look and get a sense for the surroundings.
I mean, I guess you just look in the tunnel, give a thumbs up, and turn around and head out.
But honestly, that's essentially what I was going to do. We could explore the tunnel further, but in Bad's mind, that's not necessary.
So, Stock, as you stand on this kind of islet here next to all the goop, you hear a weird sound burbling up from the viscous ooze that surrounds this skull. You hear something that sounds almost like a dirge-like humming, just like vroom, 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 vroom. And you cast your oozy eyes over the water, and you see what you thought was maybe some rusted copper piping or some corroded metal tubes and stuff on the water, or sticking out of the water. You realize that they are an appendage of something,
Oh,
and the appendage slowly starts to move.
Slowly what, sorry?
Starts to move.
Oh. Friends.
You see one over
There
here,
is-
Stock. Lunellis, you see another one in this direction as something slowly starts to emerge from the ooze. Gray, like what looks to be like gray corroded metal, rises up to show what looks to be a there's a single this tentacle slightly raises above the water, and you see in what looks to be this leaf-like appendage or leaf-shaped appendage, 3 little eyeballs are literally sticking out of the water and observing you, Lunellis.
I
oh.
wave at it.
You hear a burble from it as oh, interesting. It burbles, and you watch as this gray-skinned monstrosity rises from, or 2 of them rise from the goop.
Oh, there's 2. Oh no, what is this thing?
They're
And
puppies.
Gray-skinned monstrosity, I heard.
yes, and Lunellis, you hear in your head that kind of in that same dirge-like humming voice. What are you doing in this dump?
Suffering.
You just say suffering.
Yeah, in just like the most depressed tone I can manage.
Okay.
Damn
Um,
hot topic kids.
And so this weird creature, the little eyeballs, the leaf-like appendage on its tail, like, so this has this little leaf-like.
Oh.
Yeah, so its 3 little eyeballs are in there. That thing closes like it's blinking, but vertical. And it cocks its head at you, cocks its maw at you, multi-toothed maw, like it doesn't understand. you get the feeling, Lunellus, that it does not understand common. It spoke to you telepathically, but you don't feel that there's any way to reply back to it through that telepathy, and it doesn't understand your language.
Probably about this point, Bad sees these and is immediately dropping into a combat stance, draws the axe in his right hand and knife in the left hand. He's not attacking, but is clearly ready to fight if these things get aggressive.
Yeah, so, Bad, in your head, you hear that similar message in a low, dirge-like, harmonic voice. Why are you on the skull?
I kind of look confused for a bit and just give it a and that's the extent of my response.
Okay.
Doc would be waving back, emulating the tentacles.
Yeah, in your head you hear,
Their own tentacles.
friend.
I'm gonna try to say hello in primordial and deep speech and see if either one it recognizes.
Why don't you give me a nature check, Lunellus, actually, first?
Good thing you're doing it.
Yeah.
now.
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe I should.
So you do know that these are they are speaking a language that is specific to this creature.
Oh, fun.
These are some sort of corrupted and malformed Otyugh, and they are speaking Otyugh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I picked it up a semester in college.
Mm-hmm.
Is it they're in our heads we are understanding it as common though.
Yes, you are understanding it in your heads. Or
We just can't respond in our heads.
Yeah, Bad's looking a little bit more and more worried. Tail's poofing up a bit more as it feels like a standoff right now to him.
I'm just
Backseat.
yeah. Is
standoff.
Lunellus, is there anything you'd want to do now that you know that it's either of those that you're going to attempt to speak?
Trying to see if there's anything I really can do.
Yeah, this GIF is actually exactly what I imagine his face to be like. Crazy eyes, everything.
I don't know. Oh,
I'll say,
really.
well, there's sort of the strange standoff going on. Bad is going to, I gotta read this again. If we take some of time and use Know Your Enemy, is studying it.
Oh yeah.
If it takes a minute. So, what is it? I can ask any of these things, or just one of these things?
You can
Oh,
learn
to
some
two of the following. Two of the following.
So you and you know that, and the DM tells you if the creature is equal, superior, inferior,
Higher or
Oh,
lower.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I would want to know total class levels, which I don't know if that applies to this, but no, that doesn't make sense with the monster. That doesn't make sense with the monster. Yeah.
Here. how
Okay,
about-
I'll say.
Yeah. What were we gonna ask?
I would say in that case, current hit point totals and
Yeah, he has
Constitution
over.
score.
It is far superior hit point total than you.
okay, and Constitution would be the other one I want to know, and I'm at a +2.
Okay, so you're at a
Support
+2. It is superior in its constitution as well.
All right, it's thick compared to us. Good to know.
Yeah.
And, well, I know that.
They currently don't seem to be in any sort of threatening nature. They are more so in almost like in a curious state. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, Bad is still in his mindset, ready to
No.
throw down anything.
And you know what? So let's see if anybody wants to give me an insight check. I would love you to give me that.
Oh yeah.
Damn, Stock.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Stock understands the
Yeah, you got that
understands the
Stock.
weird goopiness of these individuals.
Yeah.
So, Stock, Here with the crit, you immediately get the sense that these Otyughs, these strange monstrosity creatures, have been influenced and or corrupted by the nearby gate to the plane of Carceri, and the planar influences have tainted these creatures to be envious of anybody who is envious and cautious, and or even to the point of angry at anybody who at anybody who has the feelings of or is attempting to escape.
It's sort of convoluted. It's simple. Wait.
It is sympathetic to people escaping?
No, they are envious of or angry at anybody who is showing the urge to escape or get out of that, like having that in their current mood.
Okay, so it's pretty clear then. If we try to exit this or tell them that we're trying to leave, they're gonna get upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, that's what's with that crit.
Stock,
you fully understand. Yeah, Stock fully understands that these creatures are completely complacent. If you are just being like, yeah, we're just passing through, we want to explore this skull. But if you're like, yeah, we're escaping through the skull, then they would be like, "Arr!" and like freak out.
Yeah, so Stock would really. Oh, we have new friends, but we must let them know we are merely transients.
Okay. They do seem to be weirdly, as you like gesture and talk, Stock, they seem to be kind of understanding. With that insight, their understanding of you is also starting to show. I feel like you could communicate with them through a sufficient performance check.
Oh, this is interpretive dancing
Interpretive
from Futurama with the three sons.
I will use my inspiration for this performance.
Okay. Good.
Because
okay, I mean, yeah, let's just see what the roll is, and we'll go from there.
oh Christ.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not offensive.
Yeah, you're just they make fart noises, insulting their mother, Otyughs, insulting their girlfriend, or partner, Otyughs. No, it's not a great performance. I would say basically there's a couple times in there. This is heavily influenced by your crit on the insight. It takes longer and is much more awkward than you would think. But Stock, you are able to put on a interpretive dance performance conveying a message. What would that message be, Stock?
Oh, it would be something along the lines of, greetings, new friend. Our group appreciates you. We cannot stay for long. Would you like a hug?
Okay. Now give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Ugh.
Hey, it's at advantage.
Let's get it.
It's-
Stock's been on a rampage out here. This is great.
One of the
Check
Otyugh
rampage.
steps out of the water and gives the Otyugh equivalent of "Bring it in, bro."
Badge is watching this the whole time, like bristling as you go in as it's about to be a fight, and then
Stock will slurp with the Otyugh.
I do want you to give me a Constitution saving throw, though.
Oh, of course.
oh, is it covered in the goo?
This one is not at advantage. No, you just, as you get the hug, I mean, if you take a look at these, at the Otyughs, you have all seen these things. These are lovely creatures. Yeah, the hug involves those 2 tentacles that are its arm appendage things. You can't help but get some pokies in you as you take 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
It's like a spicy hug.
So where that has eyes in the tentacle, or it looks like eyes.
Yep, exactly. The Otyughs sink back down into the water and disappear.
Do the sheathing animation of the axe and dagger. Stand back up.
Yeah, you were just in combat idle that entire time.
I'm not gonna lie, playing the fighter version of Kitty is absolutely, in my mind, is just Cat Dad from Final Fantasy. Except
Smaller axe and smaller.
and also much less nice.
Talks just as much though.
Yeah, that's it as well.
Okay.
On that, then I'll probably just hop down off the skull, or come down next to Stock. Let's kind of take a look, make sure you're fine. Just gonna stand there looking around again, waiting for you guys.
Yeah, and and you look up and you can see the sun is starting to go down beyond the junk hills of the dump.
Just go back. This is out of character stuff. Did they say exactly what time? It just needed to be after dark. Was all.
He just asked you to come back in the evening.
Oh, to come back there. Okay. So, would nudge. Yeah, since Stocky next to me, I kind of nudge you and jerk your head motion back in the way we came.
Hey, we can go, friend.
Nod, and I'll start walking.
All right.
Boots with the spurs making the jingle jangle.
Out here looking at fur.
So the party finds themselves back outside the residence of Val Propane. The lights are on within, and you can see through the dusty spiderweb and soot-covered window. Val and Felix having the final kind of conversation around the dinner table as the transparent sun, Felix, is nodding along to something that Val is.
I just basically not necessarily kick the door open, but just like shoulder check it and push through.
Yep. Door opens up.
I'm gonna go without saying anything. I just go sit down.
Yeah, as the door opens up, you see Val. Val instinctively reaches towards the weapon that is like on the table, his sword that's on the table, and he sees that it's the party. He says, "Next time you better just knock. I would have skewered your ass."
Just laugh at him. Just lean back.
How'd
That's
the
okay.
scouting party go? Y'all find the exit?
I look to the rest of the verbal 3/4 of the group.
Doc made
Not-
friends.
Yeah, we have new friends.
You made new
Couple of them.
friends? That's cool.
Mhm.
Are they family or just friends?
They are family with benefits.
I don't really understand that term, but that's okay. Are you
I'm
guys
just
ready to go?
accepting he is.
Me and Felix have said our goodbyes. And Felix stands up. Yeah, me and Pops are good to go. I'll see him on the other side whenever he passes. Where family meets again.
By the way, can I
Family.
slightly retroactive? Can I have picked up like a scrap piece of wood on the way back?
Sure.
All right. As I'm sitting here and we're talking, I'm carving something into the piece of wood with the knife. Yep. Okay. Cal is crying. 1 second. I'm listening, but
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah, so Val just looks to the group. Y'all ready to go?
Y'all ready for this? Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's unless someone else has something that they wanted to do. Stock is ready.
Several cutscenes will play in succession.
Felix picks himself up, stands up. This says, I don't got much in terms of possessions. It's just kind of me and my body right now, or my transparent self, so I'm ready to go wherever. Dad, thank you so much for finding these people to get me out of here. As I said, see you on the other side, wherever that may be. And then they're in cars driving off in separate directions. No, he looks to his father and just says, it was good. The time we had together here was nice. I feel like I finally got to know you. All right. See you around, Pops. Val just gives him a nod, raises the Florona that he currently has. Yeah, bro. Son.
The greatest NPC
I'll see
interaction
you.
ever.
I'll see you when we see you. These guys will take good care of you, right? And he looks over at the group.
Of course.
Well, I mean, he's already dead. So.
Hey,
I don't.
he may be dead, but he can still be dead again. Somehow. Could happen. For some reason.
I don't believe that's correct.
I mean, he's kind of like came back as this weird incorporeal somewhere in between body. Don't let anything happen to my boy, okay?
Okay.
We shall keep him away from any vacuum cleaners.
I kind of mindlessly nod as I'm finishing my carving on this wood.
So, Val and Felix share one final father and son hug as Felix stands up, heads to the door, looks to you all. All right. Ready to bust out of this joint?
Yes, but we should keep on the down low what we're doing.
All right. We'll keep it secret. And he
Yeah.
heads out the door,
I will.
walking
Our
towards
friends
the
did
dump.
not like people leaving, so if we see them, we have to play it cool, right?
Understood. Pretend that we're going on a stroll or something. I got you.
As after he leaves, I'm going to slowly get up, walk to the door, and toss the piece of wood I was carving back on the table, without a word, and leave. And if our friend Val Propane looks at it, it just has the single word "coward" carved into it.
Damn. Okay.
Bad don't mince his words.
He doesn't say anything though.
That's true.
Can't mince your words if you don't say them.
If they're not spoken, they are definitely unminced.
Yeah,
It's
they're
true.
unminced. They are whole, not even diced.
They're in mince condition.
I feel bad doing that, but he is kind of a coward. So you know what? I'm gonna call him.
I mean, yeah, he is absolutely is. He's still hiding here. So party returns, makes their way through the junkyard, the dump at night. Small like oil lanterns light the way through the junk canyons, heaps of metal rising up above. There's some scurrying as you see small beady glowing eyes coming out of from the stacks. Otyugh, you have that weird, whatever the Warforged equivalent of like chicken skin or goosebumps, as you see rust monsters on the periphery kind of running around, but avoiding your party. It seems that the word has spread that you are eradicators of the rust monster hordes of the junkyard. And you all make your way back to, under the guise of night, to the skull again. Stock, your goopy senses tell you that there is, that you're Otyugh friends are no longer in the area. Neither you or Lunellus hear that strange dirge-like hum that would be indicating that they are there.
Stark will share with the party. It sounds like our friends are not present.
All right, I'm gonna nod and again jump across. I have to roll for it. I will.
Yeah, the
And
jump is
immediately-
easy now. For some reason, at nighttime, the goop is a little bit lower, and the lower jaw of the dragon allows for you all to just walk through. Like somehow the tides have gone out, and crawling through
okay.
and moving through the skull, you find the small cramped tunnel through it as you get there, and Bellic nods and follows along behind, warily looking back at the town. He lets one last long look back at the gate town of Cursed, the strange kind of dim lights of it over the junkyard hills, and he steps into the eye of the dragon sculpture, following you all. The narrow passage winds through what seems tons of debris, jagged edges of rusted bits of metal, corroded parts of armor, and pieces of pipe, before opening into a leaking dead-end cavity. You do see that there are oily sludge pools along the chamber. It doesn't look like there's any obvious exit all to that.
And if it's dark in here, I will certainly pull a torch out of my pack and I'll
Right.
hold it.
I just cast light on another piece of debris.
Okay, so Lunellus,
That works. Yeah,
I'll put light on you.
I'd like to keep my hands free then if you have light.
All right, you are emitting
But
light.
free, you mean with hand axes?
Well, sure.
Okay, cool. Place is lit up.
Variety of cutting implements.
Lunellus is lighting up the place. That is what you see. Fellick looks
Looking
around.
around.
He says, "I swear this place was supposed to have. You're supposed to be able to get out of here. I don't understand."
It's
I'll
probably
just-
in the.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna do some knocking on the walls going around
Okay.
with that back of the axe.
Yeah.
I think
Give me an investigation check, Bad.
88's doing the same thing. Yeah.
887, you
Yeah,
doing,
actually,
or
no.
Itayat, you doing the same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 7.
Yeah. Or with the back end of your axe and Itayat knocking on the walls. The walls do not sound hollow. The junk is still just sitting out here. You don't feel anything. You don't see. Stock, Lunellus, with your passive perception, both of yours is high enough. As the others are investigating the walls, you sit here and listen. Silent, dead air of here. Then you hear a singular bloop, bloop, like a bubble. And both your heads snap and you look to the east as a bubble of air pops up from the goop water.
We have a potential friend in the water over there.
I don't think they're going to be much friends if they see that they're in here.
You wait a second, and nothing emerges from the water, but there is another kind of bloop and bloop. Both Lunellus and Stock, as you're looking in that direction, you realize you do see they're barely visible after what seems to be a long time of being here, but there are boot prints walking into the sludge.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad's gonna take his hat off, put it in his pack, sheath his weapons, and he's diving in.
Splash of the opaque liquid launches into the air as, even though it does look opaque, as soon as Bad enters the water, it's like he's swimming through, or the sludge is like he's swimming through water.
Okay.
Through it, you do see there is a tunnel, and push through, and that tunnel continues on, and you see what looks to be an opening above you. You swim through it.
I don't
God.
need to breathe. Good luck, friends.
Ugh, God, this is like one of my big fears, like underwater cave shit. Yeah.
I just imagine Otyugh is just walks, like not even like dives in, just like walks down
walks
into the
in.
water.
100%. That is exactly what's happening.
So I'm gonna keep swimming, and if there's an exit, I'm gonna panically swim towards it. Yeah.
All right, so is
Add some
everybody
water
diving
on
in? Felix follows suit. He was feeling like he was a little bit antsy and panicked, looking around like, man, we must have been betrayed. Somebody must have given us bad information. But as soon as he sees Otyugh and Bad dive in the water and go through, like, oh, okay, it's well hidden. That's good. And he takes a big breath and he dives in as well.
Does he need to breathe?
You know what? I don't understand petitioners, so yeah, maybe.
It could just be a reflexive thing from when he was fully corporeal.
Mm-hmm. So,
is it an exit?
What is
I see.
the
I find myself, I think, in the
What is
exit
the-
here.
ground that we're standing on? What is the walls made of?
walls are all made of metal and debris. Ground is made
Oh,
out
so
of,
this is-
of,
this
of
is like-
hard packed dirt.
The ground is made out of ground. But it does look like leading the swim team here, I appear to have popped out into a chamber.
So you
don't know.
pop out, Bad, your head breaks through the sludgy water, and you find yourself in a small air-filled chamber that is also buried in the junk heaps. You see a tight tunnel running from here that disappears into darkness, and you can tell that the tunnel runs upwards. However, you do see two figures in bladed armor leaning against a wall. There's a fist-sized glowing sphere of red light floating over them, and as soon as you break the surface of the water, one of them looks over to you and just says, well, well, well. Who the fuck do we have here? Otyugh walks out after you, and then Felix walks out, or swims with a audible gasp, swims and comes out after you as well. Stalking Lunellus, are you going through the water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stalk,
Yeah.
you emerge. Lunellus, you come out as well. As you all pop out, one of these guys steps forward, and as Felix comes out of the water, first of all, you each of you immediately recognize the armor, and it is similar. The armor and garb is similar to that of which Val Propane was.
That was the not quieters or something. The assassins,
Mercy Killers.
mercy killers. That's what it was.
And one of them steps forward and says, "Hey, kid." He's addressing Felix. Any luck with finding your pops?
I don't think he drinks soda, and he clearly doesn't drink things now, so...
Sweetie, we're not talking to you. We don't give a shit about
Well,
you.
too bad. Now you are.
I'm with that kind of a snap. I'm actually throwing my knife not at them, but at the wall behind them.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
And can I give advantage by saying, and you're talking to me because he doesn't speak as he throws it?
Sure, roll again.
Okay. Oh,
Let's
nice.
go!
Yeah. Somehow it goes like it looks like it's gonna miss, and then it like ricochets off a rock and lands in the fabric of his cloak and stabs in the wall. He looks back at you and he puts his hand in the air and he just says, "Hey, look,
Hey.
we're not here to cause any trouble. We just followed this young lad here to Cursed. We're looking for his father. Look, you just let us know where Val Propane is, and let you go. You leave
He's
Cursed.
uncursed.
You leave Cursed unhand. He's in Cursed? Great.
What?
Tell us where he is.
Incursed.
What are you doing?
He's
even
incursed.
even Bad's kind of just looking at you like, really?
Great.
Look, they already know he's here.
Not necessarily. This is an entire
Oh,
region
they
where people
did.
are.
Thank you for that information, friend. We'll take
I
care
mean, good
of
luck getting to him without, getting locked in there.
we'll take care of your father, and then we'll get out of here later. Enjoy your freedom, Fellic.
I smack him in the back of the head with the butt of my gun.
Okay, give me a
Let's see.
attack roll.
Oh boy, this is not great for me.
Oh, this is so funny. I don't know.
Okay, can I flavor it as a shocking grasp, but it's me hitting him in the back of the head with
Yeah,
my
of
gun?
course.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
With that, the guy immediately turns around and will swing back at you. A crit. Sorry, I'll take a screenshot of this, so because of course these things are broken.
Do I have the reaction as a
Dealing
No,
that
I don't.
much damage to you.
Ooh,
That's a lot.
27. Yeah.
Ow.
As he just says, as he basically just slashes you across your front as the butt of your gun barely misses the back of his head, and says, "Told you not to interfere. None of your business. You can get out of here. Philip can too. We just want his father." And I mean, you take that damage. What is everybody's actions after seeing that happen?
Oh,
I-
Bad? Okay, you go first. Sorry.
You can't just walk away and go hurt our friend.
Friend is a strong word.
It is. The power of friendship is very strong.
Not what I meant, but I
Family.
do
With the
appreciate you.
they all are both of these guys are they're very much now like looking at you all standoffing or in a standoffish sense. They don't have any weapons on them. They literally only have these you can see they went like and have they each of them have these very brutally armed clawed gauntlets. And their hands are extended. The blades of these gauntlets are
But no weapons.
yeah, they are their weapons. And and they just say, "You know what you know what Val did? You know what damage he caused?"
Nope.
I know what damage you caused.
Yeah, Bad during this is just he's not even pulled his axe. He's just kind of standing there in a
He
nonchalant stance.
made an impromptu decision to spare his target, going against the Mercy Killers. In doing so, half a dozen of his brothers died. Because he made the decision that this one was innocent. That's not our jobs. The Mercy Killers kill when we're told
Does he
to
work
kill.
for you anymore?
What was that?
Does he work for you anymore?
No.
Then
When he made that
clearly
decision,
you make that choice again. So what's the point of you being here?
because he's now been judged to be killed.
Oh.
We're just doing our jobs now, like he should have.
That's got kind of shitty jobs.
During this, I'm gonna look over my shoulder at Ghost. I
Oh,
cannot remember names. right
he
now.
is backed up against a wall in like pure panic mode at this moment.
I wanted. I'm not good at this, but I want to try to determine if he's afraid for himself or afraid for his father.
Well, it's very apparent when he attempts to run. And when he attempts to run, he goes back into the water.
You fucking idiot!
And he says, and he's just like, I gotta let my father know. He basically just says, "They're not gonna get my father," and he tries to run back into the water.
If you run, you will take them to him.
I don't know if this works. I try. He's next to me as he's doing this. Can I try to grab him?
Yeah,
he's
of course.
incorporeal, but I don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh no, he's not incorporeal. He's just see-through.
Okay, then I will attempt to grab, basically, cuff him, grab him by the collar, stop him from going.
Okay.
Which would be
If
athletics.
you're doing that, I would try to slurp him, but you got it.
That's an
We
athletics
could both-
check.
We could both do it, I guess. Yeah. 18.
Yeah, not even a problem.
In that case, if I'm holding him, I'm just gonna start dragging him towards the exit. Like, I'm not going to engage with these two. It depending on how I don't know how the rules would work with me literally dragging him away, but I'm
You're
trying to
just
get him out
half
of here.
speed.
And of course, I can't say anything to him, but I'm just kind of just dragging him along with me.
As you're doing that, the two mercy killers look at each other, give each other a look back at you, and they start approaching. They say, "Know what? He knows where his dad is exactly. Hey, Felix, you're coming with us." And he reaches out to grab Felix from you. Bad.
Oh shit. Well, in this case it would be so close and get out of here without violence, but
I'm going to motion for you to toss Felix to me.
oh well,
Like,
well I'm
just
gonna
push
do
him
is
in my direction.
I'm holding with my left hand dragging him. I'm just gonna do the quick draw to my axe, and I'm gonna use the what is it called again? I think it's literally called quick toss. I'm going to use that to try to throw the axe at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get you to just push Felix in my direction as well, because I can get him out of here.
I don't know if I see that. I think I'm very focused at this point. He's trying to grab Felix.
Bonus action.
I'm throwing the axe. Yeah. I will say, okay, you know what? This does make sense. I'm going to, because this would be exactly how I would do this in the martial sense. I'm going to spin kind of like 270 degrees so that I'm pulling Felix around behind me, so he ends up like over here. And in that spinning motion, I will try to use the bonus action to throw the axe. So it's like a very smooth motion to shift him to the other side and throw the axe at the guy.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so it's and this is not sharpshooter. This is just
Yep.
with a superiority die though. Sorry, where? There it is. Okay, 21 to hit.
Yep, hits.
That would do 12 damage to him.
Yep.
And as it hits him, the axe just zoop, glows and goes right back to my hand. And now I'm in a standoff stance with him, having this turned into a bit more of a showdown than I was hoping for.
Absolutely. And this guy just says, "All right, gonna be the hard way then."
Yep.
And
I'd like to grab Felix if I can. And then I'd like to say sorry, bad, and thunder step away with him.
up the corridor.
Yeah, as far down the corridor as I can see.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna pick up on this next time. Sorry it was a shorter session, but we're about to get in combat, and these guys don't fuck around. So.
Ooh, actually, this is okay. This is perfect.
Okay, so
in the sense of
Constitution saving throw because it's where he leaves.
Yeah, where I leave, everyone within 10 feet. Felix has to trust me in order to come with me.
Oh, he's trusting you guys. He doesn't want to be taken by these angry dudes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I need to take this save, right? Because
Yes.
I'm in the
Everyone
okay.
within 10 feet of me. Which, it's kind of weird. I assume that it doesn't include the person that you take with you.
It does not.
Let's
No.
see.
So that I actually failed the con save on that.
Yeah, so
then.
17 thunder damage, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is sort of out of character / bad. I kind of hope bad dies here because
But
There's a lot that they
depending
can
on how this ends, this might
Yeah.
be a great opportunity for like the exact opportunity for that bad would go down with. By the way, here's what the Mercy Killers look.
those edgy bastards. My God. This is so. Oh, this is straight the Elden Ring build, with the beast claws, and
Yeah.
the knight armor. Oh my god. That's
And
great.
then the last thing we do before we will eventually we'll start with combat next time. As these two, they have names. Amon Ka and Lot Sheng are going to try to beat the shit out of you guys and get to and eventually find Felik. I need.
It's like Mortal Kombat names.
Mm-hmm.
One Shang Tsung tonight.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, Bad. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh yeah, I'm great at that. 5.
Okay. So you get marked for pursuit by one of them, and the other one was going to mark for pursuit Felik, but he fucking got yeeted out of there by Otyugh. I'm gonna click this so I can see the distance this goes.
Up to 90 feet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you're way down that hallway. And yeah, you can do it. They'll probably try to go in that direction eventually, but who knows?
So they also got to make con saves, but also on top of that, I just want to throw out there we're in a tiny enclosed space, and I just made a thunderclap.
Oh yeah, it's big,
Everybody's
it's
fucking
bad.
deaf.
Everybody's got the fucking flashbang ringing.
Mop.
Mop, mop, mop. All
I
right.
get tinnitus.
Con save for the one who's closest. Con save for the other one. So one of them doesn't save. And the other one takes half that. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
This is. I love this because this is a very complicated. Even though Bad is not a engaging character to you guys, it's a very complicated internal thought process. A lot of this. And if you guys, especially for Luna and Stock, since you guys are still here, you would actually see Bad smile for the first time as the fight starts. You get a sense that he's looking.
Yes, Bad. By the way,
Yeah.
I feel like you are getting some. We're getting some flashbacky, like 1,000-yard stare moments from you in this thing, because these, though they are not exactly the folk that you've dealt with, they are reminding you very much of a certain situation that you've remembered.
Yes. Yeah, it's triggering a cat PTSD, but also a bit of a bloodlust / death wish. It's complicated. It'll be fun. I think this will be really fun to explore some of the other characters who, when they remember, because you kind of remember what the previous characters have been doing. It'll be fun to kind of piece this together. But yeah, he's seeking. You're not gonna get him out of this cave. Either these two are dying, or he is. Like there's no change.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out next time. Otyugh is hurt real bad.
Yep, that almost put me down in one go.
That crit was gnarly.
It was.
Yeah, it's the only appropriate response to a crit miss was to him it's just the
Crit hit.
The failure to hit equals just like the biggest fucking sucker punch slap. Jesus Christ. The 12 necrotic I think might be. No, that was not even max damage. By the way, these guys hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say out of character then, like let's see how this goes next session when we start the fight. Otyugh's with I want to say Felix. It's not Felix. What the fuck?
Felik.
What's Oh, it's Felik, not Felix. He's already out from what we can tell.
Yeah, as far as you know.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to say like, oh, I'm going to hold a line, everyone escape, but you know, maybe the smarter choice and just leave me here to die with them.
It all depends on.
I guess it depends. Let's see how that first round goes. Yeah, because that will probably.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be funny because it's like both Stock and Lunellis are gonna be in almost in the same, very similar situation as the last time with like.
Yeah.
Luna is gonna be pissed about being put in the situation multiple times.
Yeah.
Good friends of this.
She doesn't like Bad, but
I guess who does she not like more or less? More? does not like more? Bad or these? Yeah, I don't know. These. I'm actually looking at the Mercy Killers are like. I don't know. They're just lawful. They're like lawful. They're
Luna isn't Glow. She's gonna deal with it because otherwise they're gonna follow them. Otherwise she would leave.
Okay.
We just need stock to land like 4 crits again.
What happens?
Like
Don't
last
worry.
fight.
Flurry of bloods. I don't know. You guys could outnumber them. Who knows? Otyugh could fucking do the run and gun down the hallway technique of just fucking sling fucking shots from 90 feet away. Just,
Oh yeah.
I actually had an alternative idea, which was I'm going to tell Felix to get out of here, and then I'm going to run back down the hall, and as soon as I'm in range, just thunderstep back to where I started.
oh, that's so funny.
Although if you do that, you have to tell him to find our walking castle. I think.
Or like, of course, like wait for us outside the tunnel. But it would be hilarious just to. I'm just imagining Otyugh just like running back to. It's literally just doing like a fucking, I don't know, whatever like move for your character would be, just like just repeating the same move over and over again.
Just using Echo ult.
Yeah, exactly. Just on repeat. Okay. Yeah, we'll pick up on this.
I
next
look
time.
forward. Yeah, I look forward to this. It'll be fun.
Yeah, this is it's an interesting interaction, guys, because I don't know. I mean, there would be some party that, you guys could get out of here. That's actually, depending on what your party's composition is and what you care about and how you've dealt with the interactions beforehand, there is a version of this where you just say, oh, all right, well, rip Felix. Like, I guess it also depends on how you viewed, like what that guy, what Val did.
Yeah, it's honestly complicated. That's why I was having a hard time thinking, like, what would Bad do here? Who does he sympathize with? Obviously, he doesn't give a shit about Mr. Propane. He called him a coward, thinks he's a useless.
Well, yeah, he came here to hide. He not only, so like Val, he made his own, like maybe some would side with him for the fact that he thought this individual was innocent. Who knows? Maybe that person was innocent, but in the end, his actions caused the death of multiple other like agents or multiple other people within his
but
group.
without knowing the alternative, maybe him sparing saved thousands.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
All we know is given just how he acted, the sense of honor or otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if Eli was still here, Eli would have a second guess because he would 100% default to not trusting what he would see as lawmen, right? Going after someone who is wanted. Bad is indifferent because it doesn't involve him. Doesn't care.
Yeah. So as far as these
Raleigh
mercy
was
killers,
trying to hire them.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, as far as these mercy killers like are concerned, like they basically see Val as he is now a criminal who has now been judged by the whatever the judge faction is of Sigil to be a like wanted and sentenced, not even sentenced to death. Like they're here to capture him, and to deal with him. But he is seen as a criminal who let a murderer go free, resulting in multiple other deaths. So like,
right.
That's as far as the results of his thing go. That's all they know. They act on that. They're not ones to. The mercy killers are not ones to deliberate.
It's not their place to judge. The
that's not their job.
Nuance of culpability is not in their repertoire. Yeah, this is just this one little interaction here is so fun to think of, with how many different ways this could go based on who was here.
Yeah,
that's cool. I really like this a lot.
Yeah, this is it's an interesting, in all honesty, the town is interesting, or like this little vignette of the town of your interactions it's interesting. Mainly because it is the goal is the difficulty wasn't achieving your goal of finding the gate and updating your mosaic Mimir. But getting out is the challenge, and then learning more about that, which is flip. Mercy killers are definitely a very interesting of people.
I do think I'm gonna try to get Stock killed next episode.
Oh my god, why?
Because we want to see. We want to see.
I want to see other
No, we want to see whatever the fuck these other like. Wait, I'm gonna bring you
the
back
Lego. I want to see Lego Man. Yeah.
Lego Man.
because we want to see whoever the fuck.
Oh, and Spooky Face.
No,
yeah.
we got this guy.
Roblox character.
And then whatever the fuck that thing is.
I'm sure him and Bad would get along quite well.
Or not at all.
What
Or
if, he's
not
just
at
a,
all,
what if
yeah.
he's just a really nice guy that just happens to look really spooky?
No, there
What
is a
if
certain level
what
of
if
don't
this
judge-
one is the chaotic evil?
Yeah, no, I see that. I see that.
That was a true sadist right
Does it
there.
look
Like,
like the face
I
of
wish
Mercy?
that- Right now, Porkin's taking notes, swapping alignments real quick.
The other thing too is I don't want to get super meta on this. Like, if I can get my third character out while we're still with this mission with Felt, why can't I not remember his name? Feltus.
Bellic.
Felic. God, fucking damn. Anyways,
He's nuts.
yeah, the third cat would be a perfect interaction with them. So we'll seek some glorious death to get that out. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's fine. But judging by those attacks and where I'm at, I think it's a decent.
Yeah, we'll see how
likelihood
this
of occurring.
goes. All right, ending the stream here. We'll catch up on this next time.